The BC Court of Appeal in Vancouver, where the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion project got a bit of a boost Friday morning as the court ruled the BC government cannot restrict oil shipments running through the province.
Our government said from the outset that we would stand up for British Columbia's environment, our economy, and our coast.
But British Columbia's highest court has knocked down the province's proposal to revise environmental legislation and block heavy oil from being transported through BC. The Court of Appeal ruled unanimously that such a law would be unconstitutional, interfering with federal jurisdiction over interprovincial pipelines. The decision a win for Alberta's energy sector. The legislation would have immediately halted the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion project.
This is a critical strategic victory for Alberta, and it gives us renewed hope that we're going to get coastal access at a fair price for Canadian energy.
John Horgan said he was going to use all the tools in the toolbox, and it turned out that his toolbox was Fisher-Price, not DeWalt.
The BC NDP maintains it will do everything in its power to stop the pipeline expansion, already announcing its next step.
We continue to believe that we have the authority and the responsibility to protect our environment and economy. And so we will be exercising our right to appeal to the Supreme Court of Canada.
However, an appeal doesn't guarantee the ruling will change.
I don't think the Supreme Court's likely to overturn it. In the short term, this kind of dials down the very intense tensions between BC and Alberta, but it doesn't address the larger problems about whether or not the Trans Mountain Expansion Project is a good project, whether it's consistent with Indigenous rights, and whether it's consistent with Canada's climate aspirations.
If the expansion goes ahead, it will triple the pipeline's capacity to carry diluted bitumen from the Edmonton area to Burnaby for export overseas. Increased tanker traffic and potential for an oil spill in Vancouver waters, the focus of numerous protests.
We're deeply troubled about the decision taken today. While we're interested in jobs, we're also equally concerned with the environment and particularly water.
The environmental movement in this province as a whole was a big part of defeating the Christy Clark's government and making sure that we had a government that would stand up and protect our coast, and we expect them to honor that promise.
In Vancouver, Travis Prasad, City News.